Is your project team moving at a snail's pace? In this video, you'll learn why project teams stall and the proven strategic shifts to eliminate delays, rebuild senior leadership confidence, and accelerate project team performance for good. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself how much slow project teams are really costing your organization? Slow projects show up as missed deadlines, frustrated stakeholders, overworked employees, delayed deliverables. I've seen it all. And make no mistake, those delays and inefficiencies come with a real price. Lost time, wasted budget, and missed opportunities. Hi, I'm Adriana Girdler, founder of Cornerstone Dynamics, a project management and productivity company. And over the past 2 decades, we've had guided corporate teams through complex project initiatives. In that time, I've seen organizations bogged down by constant firefighting, creeping deadlines, and wasted budgets. If you or your company is constantly firefighting just to keep projects moving, you're not the only one. And here's what I've learned. Stalled projects teams aren't just frustrating. They're a symptom of a bigger problem. The good news, once you understand and fix the root cause, you don't just speed up your project teams, you stop the firefighting, rebuild stakeholder trust, and start seeing the results actually stick. I'll show you why project teams move so slowly and what you can do to fix it. For good, yes, for good. And make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to share the single most impactful shift I recommend to all of my corporate clients. The one that improves team speed, stakeholder trust, and project results across the board. First off, are you blaming your people for project delays? When I get called in to fix slow project teams, one of the first things I hear is this: we just need to hire better people. But here's the reality. 9 times out of 10, it's not the people. It's the system they've been dropped into. Even highly capable, motivated employees will struggle if they don't have clarity, a repeatable process to follow, or decision-making authority. I've seen brilliant teams waste weeks chasing the wrong deliverable, duplicating efforts, or waiting for approvals, all because no one set them up for success. I had one corporate client I helped that had 3 different departments all supporting the same project, each with their own way of doing things, and none of them talking to each other. The result? Well, there was a lot of missed deadlines, costs that were out of control, and a lot of finger pointing as well. When we step back, standardize the process, and clearly define roles, that same team delivered their next project early, with fewer resources, and on time. And if your project teams are moving slowly, don't jump straight into blaming the people. Start by asking, have we set them up to succeed? Because you can't hire your way out of a broken system, but you can fix the system they're working in. Do you have a standard process to guide your project teams? One of the biggest reasons project teams move slowly is because they're forced to figure out the process as they go. Every department has their own way of doing things, every manager has their own system, and every new project starts from scratch with no clear roadmap. That's a huge drain on your team's time and energy. And it's one of the most common patterns I see when organizations bring me in to clean up messy projects. Your project team don't need to invent a process. They need a clear, consistent framework that actually works, one they can rely on project after project. One client of mine had incredible skills project team, but their delivery was all over the place. That was because every project started with the team asking, well, how should we do it this time? We implemented a proven, standardized project management process across the organization. And within months, they were delivering more quickly, more consistently, and with a lot less stress. The next thing to consider is this: are all your stakeholders clear on what project success looks like? Once your project's team have a standard process to follow, the next thing they need is clarity about what they're actually delivering. You'll be surprised how many projects stall because the team doesn't understand or agree on what success even looks like. When the project goals are vague or priorities keep shifting, and no one's clear on project scope, your team will hesitate. They'll double check decisions, redo work, or wait ages for approvals, all of which slows everything down. I've seen this happen at every level. Even in well-run companies, the leadership assumes the team understands what's expected. The team assumes leadership is aligned. But when you finally ask everyone in the room to define the goal, you get 5 different answers. That's why one of the first steps I help corporate clients take is defining and clearly communicating the project goal, scope, and success criteria, not just for senior leaders, but all the way down to the people doing the work. When everyone understands what they're building, what's in scope, and what's not, and how success will be measured, I promise you, your team gains confidence. They make decisions faster, they stop wasting time second guessing, and what looked like a slow team suddenly starts delivering at speed. It seems simple, but this one step, clarifying what success looks like, is one of the most impactful things you can do to help your project team work more quickly without sacrificing quality. Now ask yourself this: are you training your people to lead projects well? Even with clear process and a well-defined goal, your team can only move as fast as the person leading the project. And here's the problem. In most organizations, project managers are promoted because they were good at their previous job, not because they were trained to manage projects. Trust me, I see this a lot, which is called the accidental project manager in companies I consult on projects with. Their lack of training shows up in very subtle but costly ways. Projects team wait for decisions that never come, priorities shift midstream, stakeholders get out of sync, and the team slows down. Not because they're lazy, but because their project manager doesn't know how to lead effectively. One of my clients who had technically brilliant managers running projects, but every project was late and over budget because no one had ever taught them how to structure a project, manage risks, or communicate clearly with stakeholders. Once we provided project management training and coaching, their project timeline shrank and the team morale soared because now everyone had a leader who knew how to guide the work, not just assign tasks. Strong project leadership isn't optional. If you want fast, consistent delivery, it is essential. That's why when I partner with organizations looking to standardize on how they manage projects, training and education is always part of the solution. Because no matter how skilled your team is, they can only move as fast as the person steering the ship. When your project managers know how to lead, not just manage, everything changes. Project teams get more confident, decisions happen faster, and the entire project runs more smoothly. Now let's ask the question, how can you remove decision-making bottlenecks once and for all? You can have the best team, a clear process, and a strong project manager. But if decisions get stuck at the top, your projects will grind to a halt. I see this all the time when I'm brought into organizations. Project teams move fast right up until they need an approval on something. And then they wait and wait and wait. Meanwhile, deadlines slip, resources sit idle, and everyone's frustrated. It's easy to overlook how much time gets wasted here because each individual decision only seems like a very small delay. But when you add up all of those delays across the project, it can be a major drag on performance. I once had a client that I worked with that had a culture where every decision, no matter how little, had to be escalated to senior leadership. Their projects moved at half speed, and by the time approvals came through, market conditions had sometimes changed completely. What we did was restructure their approval process so managers can make routine decisions and create a clear path to escalate bigger ones. Before long, decisions that used to take weeks were happening in days, and the team was able to deliver on schedules for the first time in years. If you want your project team to move faster, look hard at your approval and decision-making processes. Are the right people empowered to make the decisions they need to? Or are they stuck waiting for a senior leader to weigh in on every little detail? When you remove unnecessary bottlenecks, you don't just speed up your projects, you also free up your leadership team to focus on decisions that really. Okay, why is it so important to eliminate scope creep on projects? Well, nothing drains a team's momentum faster than scope creep. Now, here's a disclaimer. There's nothing wrong with scope changing on the project, but change needs to be done in a thoughtful and strategic way. And unfortunately, that's not normally the case. What usually happens with scope creep is that it starts small. A stakeholder asks for, oh, just one more feature, or department requests, can we just do this quick addition? Everyone wants to be helpful, so the team squeezes it in. Then another change comes and another, and before long, the original goal is buried under a pile of unplanned work, and the team feels like they're running in circles. Scope creep doesn't just slow down your projects. It frustrates your team and it chips away at trust with stakeholders when deadlines and budgets inevitably slip. The key to managing it is making sure your scope is clearly defined up front. Too often, project teams jump into execution without taking the time to agree on what's in scope. And just as importantly, what's out of scope. That lack of clarity opens the door for every little request to feel like it belongs. One of the first things I help organizations do is document a clear scope statement and communicate it to everyone involved. That way, when a change request comes in, well, you can say, here's what we agreed to deliver. This request falls outside of that. Let's evaluate the impact before we decide. Now, managing scope isn't about shutting people down. It's about protecting your team's ability to deliver what they've promised on time, on budget, and at the level of quality your stakeholders expect. Every project needs a simple change control process that follows steps like these. 1, capture the request, who's asking and why do they want it. 2, assess the impact. How will this affect scope, timeline, budget, and resources? 3, decide, does this change make sense? If so, what's the trade-off? 4, communicate and document. Make sure the team and stakeholders know if something is changing. And more importantly, why? One of my corporate clients, they were struggling to deliver anything on time because their team kept saying yes, yes to every new idea without realizing the impact. Once we implemented a clear scope definition and a very simple change control process, their project delivery rate improved dramatically. And stakeholders were happier too because expectations were finally clear. Defining scope early and managing it well is one of the simplest and, let me tell you, most effective ways to keep your project moving at speed and your team focused. How can you eliminate silos and foster collaboration? Well, one of the most frustrating things for a project team and one of the biggest killers of project speed is working in silos. It happens all the time. Different departments or project teams don't communicate. They each focus only on their own piece of the puzzle, and no one shares information, unfortunately, until it's too late. Then, when all the pieces finally come together, they don't fit. Deadlines are missed, rework piles up, and everyone is blaming each other. Silos slows everything down. Not because people don't care, but because no one created a structure that makes it easy for them to work together. I worked with an organization on a major project that involved 3 separate departments for a single major initiative. Because of the scope of work, each department assigned a person to oversee their project tasks, kind of like a departmental project manager. That meant that each department had its own priorities, its own schedule, and nobody was really talking to each other to understand, that bigger picture. They didn't even meet as a full team until halfway through the project. And by then, well, let me tell you, it's too late. The misalignment had already cost weeks of progress. We had to put in place a single centralized project framework with one accountable lead and regular cross-functional meetings. Within 1 quarter, the project teams were delivering faster and with fewer surprises. Why? Because finally everyone was working towards the same goal instead of being pulled in different directions. If you want your projects teams to move faster, don't just look at the team level, look at the organizational level. Are you creating silos through the way you assign work, measure success, or structure communication? Fostering collaboration takes deliberate effort. It means aligning project teams around the shared goals, giving them a common language and process, and setting projects up for information to flow freely. But when you get it right, believe you me, the payoff is huge, faster projects, better results, and a team that actually enjoys working together. Finally, the last thing for you to think about. What do short-term project solutions cost you in the long run? When project teams are moving slowly, it's tempting to look for quick fix, a motivational speech, a one-off workshop, or a shiny new software tool. I see that a lot. And while those things might feel good in the moment, they rarely solve the real problem. That's because slow project teams are usually a symptom of something deeper. Inconsistent processes, unclear expectations, untrained managers, and a culture that works against collaboration. Those problems don't develop overnight, and they can't be solved overnight either. What your project team needs is a foundation, proven framework, tools, and training they can rely on project after project, no matter who's on the team or what the deliverable is. Remember what I said at the start about the single most impactful shift I tell every client. This is it. The organization that stops chasing the short-term fix and starts investing in a real long-term foundation see the biggest transformations. Their projects move faster, their project teams feel more confident, and their stakeholders trust the process. This all means that leadership can finally stop firefighting and get back to focusing on strategy. That's the kind of long-term foundation I help organizations build so their project teams stop guessing, stop spinning their wheels, and start delivering. If you're tired of watching your project team struggle and you're ready to fix it forever, well, it's time to take the next step. The single most impactful shift I recommend is the one that builds speed, confidence, and consistency into every project your team touches. And that's exactly what my corporate project management program was built to deliver. If you're interested and want to learn more, contact me and we'll set up a one-on-one meeting. Because slow project teams, well, don't have to stay slow forever. Watch this video next. It talks about the most common mistakes that trip up corporate project teams and how to avoid them.